But before we seal the Cosmos partnership, can you talk a little bit about you already mentioned it briefly, but a little bit more about I always say Cosmos, the Avalanche DeFi ecosystem.
Yes.
I think Pangolin is one of the biggest DEXs out there. You also said Avalanche as kind of like the IDO platform. And Banky's got, I think.
Yes, Banky, that's right. I missed that one.
A lending platform. So can you talk a little bit about all these projects and how you collaborate with them, and also kind of like some stats here?
Yeah. So what I can say right now is, let me just pull up just while I bring it up. But the thing that we've seen early days is a lot of the DEXs start coming up, and some of the DEXs that are trying to create new strategies that can occur with low transaction fees and near instant transaction finality being, of course, the Avalanche value, one of the main value propositions. And so you have auto compounders, you have single-sided pools to generate yield, you have lending and borrowing, you have AMM, like kind of the straightforward AMMs. All of these things are obviously the primitives, and that's what we were seeing the last year or so kind of cultivating. The thing that's really fascinating is a lot of these individuals and projects have a lot of crypto experience too. And so, like you said, it's kind of like learning from the past of different chains and different payment chains and things like that, and seeing if you can think of other ideas to solve the problem. Not everything is going to be perfect. Not everything is going to work as expected. But I think that type of innovative mindset is what's really driving a lot of the stuff that's working around Avalanche. And we have a really close-knit community. We have a big kind of community of ecosystem partners. Everyone's always trying to lift each other up, kind of like how crypto should be, just broadly speaking. And maybe that's why we're solidifying the partnership here. Is I think we should all be really working together at this stage. It doesn't really make sense to bring people down because the market is so small relative to the rest of the asset classes of the world. And if we all believe in this distributed future and this future where payments and finance could truly be decentralized first and foremost, and other things, of course, then it does require everyone to be in concert, I guess. And some stats, just to give you those. So Banky, I believe, yesterday just crossed 2 billion in TVL. The whole, yeah.
I think it took them like 5 or 6 days to get to 1 billion, right?
Yeah, and it's always, I guess it's always either it smashes expectations or totally is a dud. But when Banky was about to deploy, we were like, well, I feel like we've tried everything collectively on the Banky team and Avalanche team and the rest of the community ecosystem to really make this a success, but we'll see what the world thinks. And when it deployed, all of a sudden, I think it got to like 1 billion TVL in a less than a day. It was kind of insane. And the incentives hadn't, or I guess, I don't know if the incentives had deployed yet at the time. But the rest of the Rush program hasn't even deployed yet. So point is it was a lot of that kind of hype. You saw people like Sue talking about it. You saw a bunch of these traders who have been around basically waiting on the sidelines, trying to not be first to the party, but also be a part of the party, I think. And that's what you saw in this first wave. And it's still not over. I truly believe that. And I think once things start to unfold, you'll start to see that that's definitely going to be true there. So right now, total value locked on the Avalanche ecosystem, more or less, is nearly 3 billion. It's 2.762 is the exact amount there. Banky's leading the charts. You have Trader Joe, incredible project. They actually just announced 5 million in funds raised with 3 Arrows as a lead. So Sue again coming in, nice. Saving the day. Pangolin, Yieldjack, Snowball, Penguin Finance. These are kind of the big names in the space. And then you have a bunch of also cross-chain implementations, Elk Finance. And then NFTs are getting a lot hotter. I think NFTs on Avalanche actually started from the traditional perspective, more so than the decentralized side. You saw big brand names like Topps. And I don't know if you're familiar with Topps, but Topps is a very big American collectibles company, not NFTs or anything, or not digital anything. It's literally on cardboard. And it has a huge community. You have baseball cards that have been sold for millions and millions of dollars. And so pre-NFT type paradigm before even the internet. And so the two main leagues that we have worked with in conjunction with Tops is Bundesliga and Major League Baseball. So you're obviously probably familiar with Bundesliga. That's a little bit less popular, I think, in the American side of things, but still got a lot of traction. And so we're going to see actually my Shiba, so Dogecoin. But we're going to see a lot from there, I think. So it should be good.
Awesome.